What's good? What's good? What's good, beautiful people? This is your guy, Tone DeShields II from Chalk It Up Sports, where no matter if we win or if we lose, we just got to charge it to the game. As always, I'm grateful to be here with you guys, grateful to kick it and talk some Philadelphia Eagles football and also talk about the rest of the NFL, man. I'm here to talk about what y'all want to talk about. I'm here to give y'all the food that y'all been craving, that y'all been desiring, and we're going to continue to give you guys that heat. We're going to continue to give you guys that hot fire. Make sure you smash that like button. I'd be so grateful for that. It means a lot to me, it means a lot to the channel. Make sure you guys continue to stay engaged and interactive in the live chat. That's how I know where we're going in this thing. And on top of that, I love when you guys get caught up in your debate. I love when you guys go back and forth. And most importantly, I love when you guys challenge me. You right? As long as it doesn't get disrespectful, I take any and all challenges. And I'm looking forward to today's show. I'm pretty sure you guys saw me going crazy this morning on Birds 365 with John McMullen, Ricky Ricardo, and Bob Groats. Man, that was exciting. That was fun. Filled in for the legendary Jody McDonald on Jacob Sports. And man, oh man, it's all about opportunities. It's all about taking your shots. And when you got the ball, you know what I mean. When people depend on you, you got to step up. It's just that simple. So grateful for that. Grateful for that opportunity, man. And more to come, more to do, more to talk about. And let's just kick it. Let's just have fun today. It's Thursday, Thirsty Thursday. So it's 5 o'clock somewhere, right? It's 5 o'clock somewhere. But right now it's 12:18 p.m. In Philadelphia, January 12th. And man, good news on the injury front. Josh Sweat was spotted at practice. He's back to practicing. So I'm not exactly sure if he's limited or not, but he's back at practice. And according to John McMullen, Nick Sirianni essentially executed an OTA style of practice. You saw Jalen Hurts doing some drills. They're limiting his throws. They want to make sure his shoulder is as fresh as possible come the divisional round. And there's no need to panic. There's no need to panic. He's not going through any sort of ball security drill, so they want to try to limit as much mileage on that arm, on that shoulder that they possibly can. And I think he's going to be okay. I think they are just taking precautionary measures when it comes to Jalen Hurts' shoulder, and as they should. You have an entire week and some change to get right. It's the bye week. No need for them to stress about the shoulder. No need for them to panic. I think he's going to be okay in the grand scheme of things. What's up, Prime Time? What's up, Danny D? Welcome to the show, man. I appreciate you guys. Prime Time says, what's up with this? You go big time with the morning show. Oh, man, I'm always working. I'm always grinding. I appreciate you for locking in. I'm always grinding. Danny D, man. Hope all is well. We got some people coming into the live chat. Hey, listen, when you come here, right, I want you to make yourself known, right? I want you to say what's up. I want you to say good morning. I want you to say good afternoon, whatever time zone you in. I want to catch your vibe. Drop where you from. Where you holding it down at? Where you watching the show? Are you in Philly? Are you in LA? Are you in Texas? Are you in Maine or Massachusetts? Are you in Canada? Are you in Africa? Ghana, Nigeria, South Africa. You know what I mean? Are you in Chile? You dig what I'm saying? Are you in Spain? Are you in Brazil? Are you in Australia? New Zealand? Let me know where you at. Let me know where you're holding it down from. I love to find out where you guys from. I love to take in everyone's culture and what they're used to and how they're living, right? So again, make yourself known when you come in. Smash that like button. We're going global over here, so make sure you guys are a part of the movement. Again, this is Chalk It Up Sports, where no matter if we win or if we lose, we just got to charge it to the game, and that's how we carrying it, man. That's exactly how we're carrying it. So, like I always say, y'all saw the title. Y'all saw the thumbnail. Is this season Super Bowl or bust? The 14-3 Philadelphia Eagles, your potential MVP candidate in Jalen Hurts, right? A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith breaking records. Haason Reddick, a 16-sack season, just got Defensive Player of the Month for the month of December going into January, right? Brandon Graham, 11 sacks on the season. His first double-digit sack season coming off the Achilles tear. This team has 70 sacks on the season. The most wins in Eagles history, right? Is this Super Bowl or bust? Danny D holding it down. Newark, New Jersey, originally from Camden and Philly. Okay, I'll take it. That's what I'm talking about, man. But is it Super Bowl or bust? let's really think about everything that's led up to this moment. Let's really consider it. Harry Roseman made a lot of moves in the offseason to make this team formidable. He brought in Kazir White, Haason Reddick, A.J. Brown, Jordan Davis. Who else did he bring in the offseason? Nakobe Dean, Cam Jurgens. And obviously, Nakobe Dean and Cam Jurgens didn't get that much time to play, but regardless, he brought in some depth, right? Grant Calcaterra through the draft, Kyron Johnson, some depth pieces. But again, I said Haason Reddick, A.J. Brown, Kazir White. Then, in season, he goes and gets Ndamukong Suh. Prior to the season, he trades for C.J. Gardner-Johnson. He also signs James Bradbury in the offseason. But in season, he goes to get Ndamukong Suh. He goes to get Linval Joseph, right? Howie Roseman has done everything to put this team in position to win a Super Bowl. And everything came together. Everything came together from beginning, middle, and we're almost at the end. But how will the story be written? How will the final chapter end? Jalen Hurts and this Eagles team, Nick Sirianni and those guys, it's up to them to write the final chapter. We're beginning to turn the page from the regular season. We're entering wild card weekend. The Giants face off with the Vikings. The Cowboys face off with the Buccaneers. The 49ers face off against the Seahawks. The Bengals face off against the Ravens. The Bills face off against the Dolphins. The Chargers face off against the Jags. The Eagles and the Chiefs both have the first seed in their respective conferences, and they both have first-round byes. There's a lot of competition. There's a lot riding on this for a lot of teams. But the Philadelphia Eagles, they have the weaponry. They have the tools. They have all the assets they could possibly need and ask for to compete and win a Super Bowl. Right? So is this season Super Bowl or bust? I'm asking you guys. For those of you that are in the live chat, for those of you that are engaged, I appreciate it. I'm asking you a direct question. All things considered, like I said, Howie Roseman made a lot of moves. Haason Reddick, A.J. Brown, Kazir White, C.J. Gardner-Johnson, James Bradbury, Ndamukong Suh, Linval Joseph, Jordan Davis, Cam Jurgens. A lot of moves have been made. Is this season a Super Bowl or bust? Now, this is where I'm coming from. I say it is. The 2022-2023 season is Super Bowl or bust because of everything I just told you. You see, I'm not going to sit here and sugarcoat anything. I'm not going to sit here and pretend like I'm okay with just making a conference championship. I'm okay with just getting to the dance. No, I'm not okay with just getting to the dance. I want to take home the girl. I want to take home the baddest chick at prom. And that's the Lombardi Trophy. You dig what I'm saying? So I'm not satisfied with the Philadelphia Eagles just getting there. I'm not satisfied with saying, hey, we had a great season. I'm not satisfied with just, Jalen Hurts took his game to another level that we didn't see coming. A.J. Brown had a career year. Devontae Smith had a career year. Miles Sanders had a career year. I'm not satisfied with that. That's crumbs to me compared to the bigger goal. That's individuality. That's individual accolades compared to the larger goal. You can't cash in individual accolades at the bank. They only accept Super Bowl cards. They only accept Super Bowl rings. You dig what I'm saying? So I'm not accepting anything less than a Super Bowl win. I don't know about you, but I'm confident in this team. I think this team has all they need to succeed. Now, are there questions among the coaching staff or with the coaching staff, right? Amongst the fans, excuse me. Do the fan base, do you have questions about the coaching staff and their ability to coach throughout these scenarios and manage Jalen Hurts' health and also manage Lane Johnson's health? Do you have concerns? Sure. But every team has concerns about their roster. Every team has injuries. There are teams that are more injured than us, significantly more injured than us. And some people think they're going to win it all. So what are the biggest questions? Jalen Hurts' health? Fair. Lane Johnson's health? Fair. Nick Sirianni's ability to coach through adversity? Fair. But everybody got question marks. Everybody. So I'm not going to sit here and act like I'm okay with settling for just getting there. I'm not going to be okay with just getting there. That's a waste of my time. I'm not showing up nowhere and leaving empty-handed. I'm not taking no shorts. And neither should the Philadelphia Eagles. They should go into every matchup wanting to take their soul. They should go into every matchup wanting to prove that the other team doesn't belong on the same field as them. They 14-3, tied for the best record in the NFL. The best also has the best record in the NFC. The Philadelphia Eagles have been dominant throughout this entire season. Now, have they had their hiccups towards the end? Everybody has. You know, there's some teams going into the playoffs hotter than others. That's a fact. That's a fact. You can make an argument the Philadelphia Eagles are probably the coldest contender entering the playoffs. You can make an argument for that. I'm not going to pretend that's not a real thing. Let's put it in perspective. The Philadelphia Eagles are entering the playoffs winning 2 of their last 4 games. They're 2-2 in their last 4 games, 1-3 or 1-2 in their last 3 games, right? But Kansas City comes into the playoffs with a 5-game winning streak. The Buffalo Bills comes into the playoffs with a 7-game winning streak. The San Francisco 49ers comes into the playoffs with a 10-game winning streak. Cincinnati Bengals come in with an 8-game winning streak, right? Now the Minnesota Vikings, they come in with a 1-game streak. Dallas, they lost their last game. Chargers lost their last game, right? Jacksonville Jaguars coming to the playoffs with a 5-game winning streak. You know, there's some teams coming in with a lot of momentum. Some teams coming in with a little momentum. Some teams coming in without any momentum, right? So I ask you, is momentum a real thing, and can they get it back? How will the Philadelphia Eagles utilize this bye week? I think it's important for them to prioritize health. You've got the bye week now. Go into that game as healthy as you possibly can and as prepared as you can. Revisit your technique. Revisit your fundamentals. Revisit how you got here in the first place. Let's not overthink this. Let's not overcook it, right? Too often, teams go into the playoffs playing outside themselves, doing things that they've never done. I'm not saying don't whip out new plays in the playbook, or I'm not saying don't try to get creative, but don't step outside of character. Don't step outside of your philosophy. Remain who you are and stand 10 toes on it. That's what got you here. That's what got you to the 14-3 record. So stand 10 toes on your philosophies. Even if the fan base may agree or disagree. At the end of the day, you got to play your version of football and maximize what you have, Philadelphia. That's how it works. You know? Being completely honest, you got to moderate your expectations when it comes to going to the playoffs. You can't expect this team to go in there just doing any and everything or just changing how they approach the game. It's not logical. This team, despite the struggles over the past few weeks, has built up a lot of equity with me. A lot of equity. And my expectations will remain high. They always will have been high. You know, when I talk about this team, when I talk about Jalen Hurts at times, I don't think I'm critical of Jalen Hurts. I think I see Jalen Hurts as someone who can be great. Great. I don't care how you feel about his play style. I don't care how you feel about him running the ball. I don't care about none of that. I don't care. Is his play style sustainable over a 10 to 15-year career? It remains to be seen. Sure, history has shown us that the dual threat quarterback does get hurt more often than not, but people get hurt. It's a rough game. I'm not buying into those narratives. If Jalen Hurts' play style is not sustainable, if we can get a solid 10 years out of Jalen Hurts and get a Super Bowl out of it, hey, that's a win for me. I don't care what nobody say. Now I'm not settling, but I'm looking at it from this perspective. Nobody thinks he can do it. Nobody thinks Jalen Hurts can get it done. So if Jalen Hurts finishes his career with a Super Bowl and like an MVP or something, right? Was his career a failure? No, he exceeded all expectations. If you can get 2 Super Bowls out of a 10-year career with Jalen Hurts, I'll take it. I'll take it, man. I'll take it. Sorry. You know what I mean? So I have high expectations from this team. I have high expectations for Jalen Hurts. So don't ever take it as a slight. Anybody, trust me. It's never a slight when I'm talking about Jalen Hurts. It's only because I see greatness. It's only because I see potential that hasn't even been tapped into yet, right? Don't settle for who he is today. Believe that he can elevate. Believe it. Believe it. So, I want to talk about who on this roster he needs to have special performances, not named Jalen Hurts. Because we always talk about Jalen Hurts. And again, like I said earlier in the show, this is a Super Bowl or bust season. Because you won't be able to keep this roster together. It's going to be tough. Guys are going to want contracts. Guys are playing very well. You know what I mean? And if you win it all, man, oh man. And then you're going to eventually have to pay Jalen Hurts. It's going to be tough to keep this squad together. But let's not get too ahead of ourselves, right? Let's not get too ahead of ourselves. Who on this roster, not named Jalen Hurts, needs to have a special performance in the playoffs? Not just one game. Who needs to be special in this playoffs for the Philadelphia Eagles to be successful? Not named Jalen Hurts. Danny D says Dallas Goedert. I like that answer, especially coming off of the injury. I like that answer. He hasn't shown me any signs that he's hurting at all. He's been very dominant at the point of attack. He's been very dominant at the catch point. So I don't think he's hurt or lagging at all. I just think, his targets have kind of went down a little bit because Devontae Smith has emerged as a top target. AJ Brown is going to do AJ Brown things. But I fully expect Dallas Goedert to play above his pay grade. Right? Like Dallas Goedert is a first down machine, Danny. You're so right. And definitely Miles got to show up too. Shout out to Danny D. Shout out to D. Aldridge. Appreciate you, my man. Eagles realist. Prime time. Thank y'all for liking it on the content. Continue to smash that like button. It means a lot to me. We're going to continue to ride this momentum or lack thereof. You know what I mean? But for me, players that I feel need to have special playoff performances. Miles Sanders, I think AJ Brown needs to dominate. AJ Brown needs to dominate. I talked about Miles Sanders yesterday, how he needs to dominate. Fly Eagles fly, peace. What's going on? Peace 85. They say, I got to say the whole team. I ain't mad at that. I ain't mad at that at all. I ain't mad at that not one bit. You see, it's going to be important for everybody to win their matchups. It's going to be important for everybody to do their job. And as Jalen Hurts always says, check your box. Do your job and everything else will come into shape. That's all. But I think Miles Sanders needs to dominate his matchups. You know what I mean? I think AJ Brown needs to dominate. Dallas Goedert. You can take your pick. I think it's going to be really interesting to see how this defense fares into the playoffs as well. Because the linebackers have been getting picked on, especially since Avonte Maddox has been out. But now you've brought back C.J. Gardner-Johnson off of IR. He played in that Giants game. Looked pretty good. Looked like he had a lot of energy. So I'm excited to see what he does. Josh Sweat should be back for the divisional round, right? Haason Reddick has to dominate. But overall, I'm curious to see how this defense looks because the linebackers have been getting picked on as of late. Kaiser White, TJ Edwards. We got to see where they go from here. We got to see where they go from here. Piece 85 says, offense is going to do their part. Defense does theirs, then you good. Yeah, man. That's a good point. I'm really looking at this defense. Will they do their part? That's going to mean a lot to me. That's going to tell me a lot. That's going to tell me a lot. But I'm hearing Lane Johnson's injury may not be as bad as people seem or as it was led on to be. I'm hearing it's not that bad. That's what I'm hearing. Tell me if I'm wrong or right. Is this Lane Johnson injury not as bad as they're making it? Because if it's not, that's going to be huge for us. So according to Josh Tolentino, he's a writer for the Philadelphia Inquirer. He says, an encouraging sign. Eagles right tackle Lane Johnson is on the field working out with a trainer. It's the first time he's been seen. It's the first time he's been on the field participating in any activity during the open portion of practice since he sustained his abdominal injury on Christmas Eve at Dallas. Also, A.J. Brown isn't practicing, according to Jeff McClain, but he's watching. He has a sleeve on his left calf. So, I think this team, at the end of the day, has everything they need, right? They have everything they need. I think they're going to be spectacular. Like I really think the Eagles are going to ball. I believe that with my heart of hearts, right? I believe that with my heart of hearts. It's been a long week, and we're going to see a lot of football. We're going to see a lot of football this weekend that I'm excited about. Which matchups are you guys most excited to see? I'll be honest. I can't wait to see that Chargers Jags game. I can't wait. Justin Herbert versus Trevor Lawrence. It's going to be a hell of a battle. Like we got some good matchups in the books. Some really great matchups in the books. Another matchup I'm looking forward to seeing. That Buccaneers Cowboys game. That's going to be crazy. Monday night. Oh yeah. Danny D says keep Lane fresh by pulling him in the fourth of the next two games. Interesting. It depends on the score, right? It depends on the score. I'm not just pulling him out of fear. It depends on the score. It depends on the score. If the Eagles are smacking whoever they're smacking, hey, I'll take it. Sit them down. Sit them down. But trust and believe. The Eagles got everything they need to do their thing, right? Everything they need. I gotta, I have this crazy belief that they gonna win it all. But is it really crazy at this point? I don't know. Probably not. Probably not. Probably not. But Jalen Hurts has done everything that he possibly can do to put this team in position. When he got hurt, it threw me off because I'm like, damn, again? But it's a part of the game. And I think about it like I'm so grateful that it wasn't a knee injury. It wasn't a tear or a break. You know what I mean? As far as we know, there wasn't no tears and no fractures, no breaks. That goes a long way with me. And I'm just like, man, God forbid something happened to that man. The season would have been over. The season would have been over because what we saw from Gardner Minshew is not Nick Foles-esque. Not Nick Foles-esque at all. So you see, we got a lot of time into that Eagles game. We got a lot of time. We still don't know who's gonna make it out of it. We don't know. But one thing I do know is if Nick Sirianni and Shane Steichen and Jonathan Gannon can push the buttons properly, if they can push the right buttons at the right time, kind of similar to what Doug Peterson and Frank Reich and Jim Schwartz did, if they can push the right buttons at the right time, oh my goodness, man. You know, I know when Jalen got hurt, right? It kind of took him out of the MVP conversation, but I'm kind of glad he's out of the MVP conversation because I know you guys know I know you guys are fully aware of the mystique or the stigma surrounding the MVP award and the Super Bowl. The MVP has not won a Super Bowl since 1999, and that was Kurt Warner when he played for the Rams. No MVP, I repeat, no MVP has won a Super Bowl since 1999. So, if Jalen Hurts would have won that MVP, I don't know if that superstition still holds true, but I don't want to take the chance. I don't want to take the risk of taking that of Jalen Hurts bringing that MVP back to Philly, and all of a sudden we trade that personal MVP for a Super Bowl trophy and a Super Bowl MVP. You see, the real MVP that matters is that Super Bowl MVP, the one Nick Foles got. Say what you want about Nick Foles. Say what you want about his skill set and his career. That man got a Super Bowl MVP trophy sitting on the mantle. That's more valuable than any MVP that anybody you could think of has that doesn't have a Super Bowl MVP. I'm sorry. That holds more weight. There's a table that Nick Foles can sit at that other people can't. It's crazy to think about. And on top of that, it's not just the Super Bowl MVP he got sitting on the mantle. It's the head of the horseman that he has sitting on the mantle. He got Tom Brady head sitting on the mantle. Taxidermy style. You feel what I'm saying? So again, Nick Foles can have conversations that other people can't have. Nick Foles can sit at tables that other people can't have. Can Jalen Hurts do the same thing? Can Jalen Hurts put his team in a position to sit at a table that other people can't sit at? Is it possible? I'm rocking. I don't see why not. Shout out to Smitty Eagle, man. It's all good. Nothing wrong with being a little late, dog. You all good. I'm still here. I'm going to be rocking for another 10 minutes or so. You good? I'm going to be here for another 10 minutes. But again, can Jalen Hurts sit at a table that nobody else can sit at? As a matter of fact, let's talk about this, right? Let's say the Eagles get to the Super Bowl. Matter of fact, let's put the energy out there. When the Philadelphia Eagles get to the Super Bowl, who? When he gets to the Super Bowl, who do you want him to face off against from the AFC? When Jalen Hurts gets to the Super Bowl, when the Philadelphia Eagles get to the Super Bowl, who do you want Jalen Hurts to face off against? Who do you want the Philadelphia Eagles to face off against? Right? Tell me how you want it. Tell me how y'all feel. Smitty Eagle says he's the youngest quarterback with 14 wins. Yeah, facts. Since Dan Marino, I think, right? He's the youngest quarterback with 14 wins since Dan Marino. That's a big deal. You see, everything goes through Philly. Danny D says it don't matter. I like that. It don't matter. It don't matter. I like that. But choose anyway. Choose anyway. Make it ego-driven. Who would you like Jalen Hurts to beat? so he can say he beat that guy. You know how Nick Foles can say he beat Tom Brady? You know how Nick Foles can say he outdueled Tom Brady? Who do you want Jalen Hurts to be able to say he outdueled them in the Super Bowl? Smitty Eagle says Chiefs. So you want Jalen Hurts to be able to say he knocked off Patrick Mahomes. You know what I mean? You know, I want y'all to, normally I'm not about ego, right? But I want y'all to put your ego in this. I want y'all to put y'all pride in this. What quarterback do y'all want Jalen Hurts to knock off in the Super Bowl? Obviously, Patrick Mahomes is the big fish. That's the big fish, right? Patrick Mahomes is the big kahuna. But I ain't gonna lie. I like Patrick Mahomes, and Patrick Mahomes is the big fish. But if Jalen Hurts beat Josh Allen in the Super Bowl, that's who I want. I'll be honest. Even though Patrick Mahomes is the big fish, I want Josh Allen in the Super Bowl. That's who I want. I want Jalen Hurts to beat him. Or if Justin Herbert gets there with the Chargers, I don't know how likely that is, but if Justin Herbert can get to the Super Bowl somehow, I want Jalen Hurts to knock him off. You did? Maybe I'm being greedy. Maybe I'm being a little bit overzealous. But let's say they get there. Josh Allen is the one. I want Jalen Hurts to finito. That's who I want. Throw him on the grill. Finito. I like Patrick Mahomes, you know? And yeah, Patrick Mahomes would be a hell of a prize to bring back to the tribe. That'd be a hell of a fish to bring back to the village. Right? Smitty says, why Josh Allen? I think y'all know why. I'm going to let y'all figure it out. Y'all know who I work with. Y'all know who I do business with. I'm going to let y'all figure that out. I want Jalen Hurts to beat Josh Allen in the Super Bowl. I don't care how it looks. I want him to outduel him. Y'all know why I want Josh Allen. Y'all know why. Hey, Danny. Hey, Danny. Hey, Danny. Hey, Danny. Danny. I want the big fish. You know what I'm saying? Hey, Smitty. Don't. Tell me you're right without telling me you're right. Oh man, you guys. Like it'd be so like, oh look, I ain't trying to be greedy, but look, I ain't never shied away from a meal before. I ain't never been able to not finish my plate. But Jalen Hurts beat Josh Allen. I'm gonna wear that one. I'm gonna wear that mother effer out. That's what I'm looking forward to. But honestly, like Danny D said, I actually believe it's going to be Eagles Bengals in the Super Bowl. That's what I think. That's what I honestly think. But we'll see what happens, right? We'll see how this thing turns out. But overall, man, good news on the injury front for the Philadelphia Eagles. Guys are getting healthier. Josh Sweat says he's good to go for the playoffs, but obviously, I expect him to be back for the divisional round. That's my expectation. Jalen Hurts, they're doing their job, trying to make sure he's good to go from a health perspective. Lane Johnson, same thing, right? So I think everything's going to be good. I think everything's going to be exciting. And trust and believe, man, your Philadelphia Eagles, they're ready to play. They're ready to play. The pressure's on this coaching staff, straight like that. But I'm going to get out of here. I appreciate y'all so much, man. We was live for about 36 minutes, man. Got a long day ahead of me. I want to try to, catch up on some work. But I appreciate y'all, man. I love y'all. Continue to smash that like button. Continue to stay engaged in the content. I'm your guy, Tone DeShields II from Chalk It Up Sports, where no matter if we win or if we lose, we just got to charge it to the game. One love, stay humble, stay healthy, and most importantly, stay hungry. Take care, you guys.